Everybody, my name is Jesse. I'm the co-founder of Aavegotchi and the COO of Pixelcraft Studios based here in Singapore. And so happy to be with you today for your lunch learning and especially with Bybit. I'm very excited to finally connect with all of you. So I hope today I can give you an interesting introduction to playable NFTs. These are very special types of NFTs. It's kind of a new category that we thought of when we were designing the Aavegotchi project. So real quick, I'm just wondering if any of you have an Aavegotchi or have heard of Aavegotchi. 你听说 Aavegotchi，你可以就发给一个星星什么的。And if not, today's your lucky day because we're going to explore some of the very most interesting technological points about Aavegotchis, and maybe some of these can be used for other NFT projects in the future. So I'm super excited to share some of the more interesting features that we have with Aavegotchi today. So I'm going to share my screen, and I think I can get started. Okay. All right. 可以看到吗? Okay. All right. So today we're going to look at what we call the road to mass adoption is pixelated, but for today's purpose, we're going to focus on the playable NFTs. And so let me see if I can change my slide. There we go. This is Aavegotchi. They are NFTs, and 它的名字有点奇怪, right? Aavegotchi. So I guess you guys know Aave very, very well. The gotchi part, of course, comes from the 90代的时候, the very funny toys, the little eggs called Tamagotchi. And those were cool because it was a game, but it was a game inside the egg. You didn't need to put it in your PC. You didn't need to put it in your Nintendo. It was just a game by itself, this little character, this pet. And so the reason we named our project Aavegotchi is because it's a playable NFT. There's so many things that happen inside the NFT before you even think about plugging it into some outside games. The NFT itself is very playable and it uses Aave tokens. So I'll share a little bit about that. But first I'll share when they came alive and how long we've been around. So in March of this year, we launched, and you can see here on the chart, 这是3月27号, we launched 10,000 Aavegotchis on the Polygon network. And it went very, very well. We sold all 10,000 in 1 minute. And since then, we've actually issued a second generation of Aavegotchis just 1 week ago. So now there are a total of 25,000 Aavegotchis total. And so it's a popular project. It's been around for about a year, but the whole project's been around for a year, but what exactly makes Aavegotchi special? So I think there's maybe 3 key points. First, it's 100% on-chain. So I think you guys know a lot of NFTs store the visuals on a AWS server somewhere. But in our case, the visuals, all the metadata are stored in the smart contract storage directly on the chain, on the Polygon network. That's really important because if you're thinking about NFTs for the long term, then very few NFTs today do what we do, where everything is secured directly on the blockchain. So you don't have to worry about your Aavegotchi's visuals or identity being deleted, somewhere in the future. If the dev team forgets to pay the bills or something, you won't have any problem. It's there as long as the Polygon chain is there. Second is the Aave part. So this is the most innovative thing we started with, where we said, what if you could take an NFT and you could deposit different tokens from, basically take value from somewhere else on the blockchain and put it inside the NFT. And so we were the first ones to do that with our previous project. I've worked on 3 different NFT projects for the last 4 years. So one of the earliest things I really pushed for was this feature. And now we're pushed it to a new level where we take the Aave yield generating tokens and we put them inside basically an NFT piggy bank. It's like a little, we call it a kodai, a little pocket to hold your ERC20 tokens and even other NFTs. They can be stored inside your Aavegotchi. So in this way, the Aavegotchi is like a qianbao. It's like an NFT wallet. So a lot of the same functionality of your MetaMask is here inside a specific NFT. And Disan is the playable aspect. So they are interactive. You can change their clothes. You can give them XP to level them up. And if you do this, you'll actually farm our native token, GHST, the GHSTB. And that's really important because we want to do a big play to earn economy. And because you have a playable NFT, that becomes very, very possible. I think all three of these are things that we should see more NFT projects experimenting with. You do see some of it, like if you're looking for other NFTs that are 100% on chain, it's a very short list. There's Pixel Dap, there is Avastars, and Aavegotchi. And actually Loot, the very popular Loot, is text-based, but at least the metadata is all on chain. So they're pretty close to us in that respect. Okay, if no questions, we'll kind of skip this part, and I'll just jump to some of the other interesting parts that make the NFT playable. So one of them is our traits. We wanted to experiment with dynamic traits. And what this means is the metadata inside the NFT can change over time, but it can only change based on some on-chain transaction. So when your Aavegotchi is born, it has these 6 traits: energy, spookiness, brain size, aggression, and then the eye shape and the eye color. And instead of just saying big number is better, like a 100 is good and 0 is bad, we turned it over and we put it on a bell curve. So the ghost and the eyes over here are like 0, 1, 2, 3. The aggression and the energy are like 98, 99. Those are both really, really good. The worst trait on this bell curve is the eye color. It's right in the middle. So everything's on a bell curve, and you really want extreme outliers. So really low or really high are the best for you. And then they're dynamic because as you earn XP, or as you wear different wearables, 你穿衣服, you can change the traits with trait boosting clothes or by adding to your XP. So it's pretty cool. The third thing that makes an Aavegotchi playable is the kinship. And so we thought about at the beginning, CryptoKitties. It's kind of the first crypto pet, but it's not really a pet because I have many CryptoKitties, but they just sit in my wallet and I have no reason to interact with them. So we wanted something that encouraged interaction, and we want to incentivize interaction. And that's why today we have over 5,000 players that are interacting with their Aavegotchi every single day. And they do that out of habit because they need to pet their Aavegotchi. If they open up, they go to Aavegotchi.com, they look at their Aavegotchis, and they can change their clothes or pet them. And when you do that, your kinship score, which is on-chain metadata, will go up by 1 every time you do that. If you go 24 hours and you don't pet your Aavegotchi, the score will go down by 1. And you can pet your Aavegotchi once every 12 hours. So you can go up 2 points per day, or you can fall 1 point per day. And everybody, when a new Aavegotchi is born, you have 50 kinship points. It's kind of the basic level. So you can fall lower or you can grow higher. And that's pretty cool. So people get really attached to their Aavegotchi. They get to name their Aavegotchi. They get to play with it, change its clothes, make it unique in visual appearance, but then they also have to pet it and spend time with it every day. And they actually get paid for this. So that's the other important part, is we have some leaderboards. And if you're petting every day, chances are you're going to get airdrop of our GHST Ghost token. So the incentives are there for all these playable aspects. We have composability. This is more about our long-term play with Aave. We built a bridge for Aave tokens to go to Polygon before Aave even moved to Polygon. So our dev team, we're at almost 30 full-time devs on our team at Pixelcraft Studios now. We've existed for just over 1 year, and we've built some amazing things beyond just the core product. We also built the bridge for the Aave tokens, and I'd like to think of that almost as a test for Aave, and ultimately Aave did come to Polygon and deploy. So that was that's pretty exciting for us. All right, going back to kind of the playable aspect, I think this might be the most important feature for the long term of not just Aavegotchi, but for all sorts of NFTs. They should have a pocket. So we use the ERC 998 standard, which lets you link multiple NFTs together. So you have a NFT wallet, like I mentioned. And what you can do with that is you can have your Aavegotchi be the parent NFT, and then you can deposit other NFTs into it that includes the wearables, the clothes, the game items that they win, the trophies they win, and also something like you see in the picture, some badges. You could win a lot of different badges for completing certain missions, or even like being an LP for a certain DEX that we partnered with, or even third-party teams could build their own NFT rewards and airdrop into the Aavegotchi pocket. And so that's really cool. Right now, people's Aavegotchi pockets have a mix of trophies, badges, clothes, and other ERC20 tokens inside. And we're really just getting started with that. There's all sorts of cool partnerships we could do with the pocket. As I said, the reason it's on chain is because it lives forever. It's future proof. One thing I'll mention about the tokens that go inside these Aavegotchis, our GHST token has a unlimited supply, which may scare a lot of people, especially a team like Bybit, who is always thinking about token supply and tokenomics. But we have really cool tokenomics. We're on a bonding curve. The ghost is emitted from a bonding curve. It's basically a Uniswap AMM with one trading pair. People put in DAI stablecoins. Those DAI stablecoins are stored inside the bonding curve, and new ghost is minted. So it sounds like it would go up forever, but actually, the cool thing is our token is literally backed by DAI tokens, and so it's collateralized. And if people sell the ghost tokens back to the bonding curve, what happens? The ghosts are not just stored, they're burned. So the ghost supply ebbs and flows, it goes up and down with the supply of and demand of the token. So it's pretty cool in that regard. And it all gets stored inside these beautiful Aavegotchis, just alongside the coconuts, the potions, and the tokens. One last cool thing about Ghost is we really wanted to have a circle of win for the community. So play to earn, right? So if you bought an Aavegotchi on that first day in March, we took 40% of the revenue from that sale and put it in a rewards pool. And it came out to 1.4 million Ghost. Ghost is about $1.50 with $2, I think almost $2. So it's a lot of value for the community. And that rewards pool brings back, if you interact with your Aavegotchi, if you pet it, if you take care of it, those Ghost tokens come back to you. So it's literally paying you to play with your Aavegotchi. And it's actually a built-in discount on buying the Aavegotchi upfront. So that's our play to earn. 40% of all revenue from primary sales goes back into the rewards pool. We just did another sale and it was twice as big. I think about 3 million Ghost, $6 million worth of rewards went back into the rewards pool, and those will be distributed throughout the rest of this year. So we do 8-week seasons. And so the next season is coming up soon. If you own an Aavegotchi and you pet it, you'll get our Ghost token. So yeah, season 2 coming soon. We also have a burn. 5% of all primary sale Ghost is burned. So I like to think we have one of the most interesting and healthiest tokenomics in the space. We're quite proud of that. So you can learn more at aavegotchi.com. Wiki.aavegotchi is a community-run wiki that shows like everything you would want to know about the Aavegotchi system. And our Discord is kind of the most popular place for people to come and play, learn, trade, chat, and do everything else. So I think we had about Aavegotchi today. I think we have a few questions ready on the quiz, but I'm also happy to answer any questions if you guys just want to chat, or you maybe have ideas about other NFT projects that could do something similar to what we're doing here. I think we're going to see more on-chain and maybe more projects with a pocket. Right now, as far as I know, we're the only project that has the pocket feature, but hopefully that will change. Okay, trying to stop sharing my screen. And yeah, I'm gonna read any questions. Tian Hui says, why did you choose to cooperate with Aave in the beginning? Great question. So we were working on another project. My team was working on a project called gldnX here in Singapore, and you would take gold stablecoins and put them inside an NFT. 但是我觉得就是有一点无聊. So we wanted to do DeFi and have the yield inside the NFT. That would be much more powerful. So we joined a hackathon that Aave sponsored, the ETH Global Money Hack Money Hackathon, and we won second place for a different idea, a totally different idea. That was a little tool for Aave users. And then we got to know Stanny and Jordan and the team at Aave, and we just told them, you know, here's gldnX, we want to build a sequel, and we want to do a lot more with playable NFTs. Would it be okay if we use Aave tokens? And they were very supportive. They gave us a small grant to get started. And after a few months, they ended up buying a share in our company. So Aave owns a minority stake in Pixelcraft Studios. So we are really close with Aave. I'm catching up on some of the questions. Yeah, the Aavegotchi, can the Aavegotchi die? It is already a ghost. It's the ghost of a liquidated LPer is what we say. So a degen. But no, seriously, they can be sacrificed. So we have seen over 450, more than 450 Aavegotchi have been sacrificed by the owners. It's quite sad. Why would they do that? If you have two Aavegotchis, this Aavegotchi is very powerful and it's your best one. And this Aavegotchi is okay, but it just has some XP. So you earn XP when you vote in our DAO. You earn XP when you play our mini games or join our Discord parties. So if you join a party, both of them get XP. But finally, you only want this one. You can sacrifice this Aavegotchi. You can kill it, and its XP can be transferred to your other Aavegotchi. So that is already very crazy. And we have seen people sacrifice many Aavegotchis just to climb the XP leaderboard and farm more Ghost. Very, very interesting. Oh, and I didn't even talk to you guys about the last question I went to put on a Kahoot, which is, so this makes it easy, but what we're building for now is this is the playable NFT, but we are super ambitious in building out a virtual world for the Aavegotchi as well. And so that Aavegotchi virtual world is coming this December. We're super excited about it because it's basically a DeFi RPG. It'll be the first of its kind. It's almost like a new type of game where your Aavegotchi can run around, be social, fight monsters, and farm different ERC20 tokens. So super excited about that. And that's called The Realm. And definitely you can learn more about that on our Twitter or our Medium, but it's going to be very, very serious. And the first land sale is just about 1 month away, early October. So I think there will be a lot of hype around the Aavegotchi project as we start to show more of what we've been building in the virtual world. Okay, any other questions? How to get first dibs? If it's for the world, we are doing an auction. So it's super fair. Everybody can join the auction, and we did zero. We've had a lot of calls with VCs and different investment groups, but we just refused to do any sort of pre-mine. So everything is going to be available through 3-day auctions. And so that's going to be pretty cool. I just encourage through it. I hear you, Eric. First would be, I would say make the first bid, because we have a really cool auction method called bid to earn. And it's huge. It's so successful for us because the community loves it. It's like a gamified auction system where if you bid first, you bid 100 ghost, and then I bid 150 ghost, you lose, but you get your money back and you get a payout. You get a percent of what I beat you by. So you literally have, we have people that have earned thousands of dollars just by being the first bidder. And so it's a lot of fun. We just did one of these 2 weeks ago for the new Aavegotchis, and it really makes the whole experience fun. Nobody's upset because you're either winning the NFT or you're getting paid to lose. And so we'll do a similar model for the Realm parcel sale. Lena Ju asks how to evaluate a NFT project in general. Yeah, I would say 3 things. I always check who is the team. If it's an anonymous team, with a lot of these PFP projects, you have to be careful. So I try not to mess around with anonymous teams unless there's some really good special reason. 2, I always check, is it on chain? And if not, how are they storing their NFTs? What is their security of the NFT? And I would say 3 is just probably how serious are they about the long term? And you can see that more with whether they're like doing something original. I guess originality is how I would say it. If they're doing something original and using the best tools in the space, like Chainlink VRF random number generator, or storing their items on chain, then I'd be more interested. I don't really like the copycat projects. Which chain do you think is best to host GameFi? We love Polygon. We have been very successful on Polygon. We started on Ethereum. Our ghost token bonding curve is on Ethereum, but then we migrated to Polygon last February, and it was very successful for us. And the reason is we want to have a lot of on-chain interaction with our Aavegotchi. So we knew people wouldn't pay $20 to pet their Aavegotchi. So it's worked out really good. The Polygon ecosystem has the DeFi with Aave and QiDao, and it has a really good trading ecosystem. OpenSea is fully deployed there. So the NFT side is good, the DeFi side is healthy, and then Aavegotchis are the we're only on Polygon. I think it's going to stay that way for a long time. What are the metrics that you feel will affect that? Yeah, it's transactions per second, but like I mentioned, just the infrastructure, the tooling. If there's no DeFi on the system, if it's not composable with Aave, then we wouldn't be very interested, because we looked at a lot of different side chains, and ultimately we thought that Aave would be more likely to go to Polygon network because of the similar, it's so composable. But if we looked at like XDAI, we knew that their architecture of their smart contracts meant that it would be very, very difficult for something like Aave to deploy there. And so we just thought that that didn't make much sense for us, because we're kind of a DeFi NFT. We wanted something with DeFi. Okay, did I miss any questions? Well, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, okay. I think we can start the Kahoot quiz.